Welcome to the Embrace It Community Podcast. This is, I'm your host, Bracy Goodwin.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I want to say it is a good night. I'm just doing some things over here, trying to get some music to play. And I'm so excited about tonight's show. It is going to be a really, really interesting, informative show. So this is why we are here. Last week, I just wanted to let everybody know, last week I didn't come on the air at all. I was under the weather. I don't know, what's been going on. The flu has been going around here. So, that's another thing that we're dealing with here in the community. And I'm looking at the numbers. New York City is getting hit hard. We are getting hit hard as well here. So last week I was down. I couldn't think, didn't want to talk to anybody or do anything like that. I think the best thing to do when something like that happens, you get better. You want to make sure that you're better so that you're able to just function right. So, but anyway, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining another Embrace It Community Podcast. I'm so glad that you're here. I got to check my banners, making sure that folks are able to see and hear the show. I think we're doing okay on sound. And, I always like to first start out every show that I do and talk about something that's very dear to my heart, which I happen to be an advocate for, and that is suicide prevention. I am a suicide prevention advocate. 988 is the number I want you to have and share and pass along to anyone that you might know that's dealing with some struggles of life. Life this time of the year can really get you down. And if you've been paying attention to the news here lately, we've had a whole bunch of things taking place in this nation, whether it was suicide or if it was homicide, and sometimes both at the same time. What disturbs me the most, I'm seeing our young people that are really making this choice to do this. So I talk about it all the time. 988 is the suicide hotline that you can call. I had a call last week, or someone texted me last week, and they were not feeling good about life. And I couldn't talk to them at that time. And I just told them, I shared the number 988, down 988. And so I said that to anybody, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It's in English and it is in Spanish. And I say that because I got a lot of friends of mine watching from Dominican Republic. I have friends watching from Nairobi, Kenya, friends watching that are here in my own community that speak Spanish as well. So I want to make sure that that's available to you. We need you. You matter. So don't let nobody tell you anything different. Don't let your mind say that you don't matter. And here's why I'm pushing it, because I've been there. I've been there where someone might be. I've been there with those thoughts of suicide and ending it all. And I'm not worth living and being here. So I want to let you know that you matter to me. You matter to the Embrace It Community Podcast. Okay. So just remember that 988, that is the number I want you to be able to lock in and call whenever you are not feeling good. I mean it. I'm talk about it. I talk about it all the time. So this is why I want to make you. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of this community. That's the big thing. Thank you for being a part of my community, building together. You are helping me build this community. And here's how you can support it if you want to. I have this link for buymeacoffee.com. Buy Me a Coffee. Take a look at that. Buymeacoffee.com. And what that is, you'll go to buymeacoffee.com, embrace it, and you can donate $2. Buy me a coffee for $1, or you can do it on a monthly basis. Just set it up where you just donate $2 and $3 or whatever you want to donate to the Embrace It Community Podcast. That keeps me on the air. I don't have sponsors yet. I don't have that yet. I ain't there yet. Trying to get my followers up to at least 200. I'm almost there. And so I'm working hard on this thing. It's been over a year. And I'm telling you, it wasn't easy. There were many times I wanted to just give up. Like, nobody's listening. Nobody want to know. Nobody's following me. So you can buymeacoffee.com /embrace it. That's another way that you can support this. Okay. So take that down. We'll put that back up before the show is over tonight. But like I said, this is helping me build a community together. So before we dive into tonight's conversation, I want to take a minute to share something deeply personal with you all. All right. This Wednesday coming up, if you get your calendars out, look at your calendar. This Wednesday is December 24th, and I will be celebrating my 63rd birthday. Can I get some clap, please? Thank you. You know, and I'm saying that because I don't take it lightly. I do not take it lightly to be able to see 63. And here's why. When you see your father, when you outlive your father, I outlived my father and my grandfather. Birthdays take a different meaning to me. My father passed away at 42. He was 42 years old. My grandfather made it to see 62. Okay. So when it comes, I won't be just turning 63. I'll be living in a territory that they never got to see. And that's the part that humbles me when I talk about it, when I talk to you about it. So this is not something I'm celebrating with arrogance or pride. You know, we see people doing that I'm not asking you for no money. I'm not giving you my Cash App number. You know, I just want you to shout out to me, happy birthday, and so glad that you're still here. If you are a follower of mine on my Facebook page, or if you're on the Embrace the Community podcast page, or wherever you follow me at, just send me that love. Just let me know that you know that you want to celebrate with me. So it's with profound gratitude, trust me, and deep sense of responsibility. Every morning that I wake up, I'm waking up in the path they didn't get a chance to finish. So that means a lot to me. And this makes me ask myself, what am I doing in this borrowed time that I'm using here? What am I doing with this borrowed time? How am I honoring their legacy? I talk about them all the time. And how am I making these extra years count that God has given me on this earth? And that's something that you might want to ask yourself. How are you making these extra years count? Are you being a blessing to someone, or are you being a pain to someone? That's another conversation. So now I'll be honest with you. This past week tested that gratitude. This week that just left up out of here, I had to have an emergency wisdom tooth extraction, and I was just in my dentist for a cleaning, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you still got your wisdom teeth?" Yeah, I was like, "Yep, no problem." So I was having some problems, some cold sensitivity on another one or two, so they did a refilling and all that stuff. But by the time that healed up 24 hours later after that, let me tell you, if you ever had a toothache, it's no joke. I'm talking about the kind of pain that make you question every decision you ever made about dental care, about anything. And I say a toothache to me is worse than my knees when they be hurting after walking and running. A toothache is no joke. So I had to call and get in an emergency extraction. And so now the wisdom tooth that's way in the back, that one that's way in the back, thank God it wasn't halfway out and halfway in, it was there. You couldn't even brush up against my tooth back there. That's how much pain I had on it. So now he says, I'm gonna go ahead and get this taken care of. But that even in that moment, sitting in that chair, feeling the discomfort, I had to check myself because yes, it was painful. It was unexpected, but this could have been something much more worse. This could have been my health crisis. Okay. I could have been dealing with something threatening to my ability to be with you tonight. So see, when Wednesday sunrise come, I'm going to hug the people that mean so much to me. DJ, Destiny, Bella, and Milo. Those are the ones that's close to me, my children, my grandchildren. Even in this pain, I found myself saying, thank you, God. Thank you for fixing it. Thank you for the skilled medical professionals at Creekside Dental in Mansfield, Texas, for letting me know that my dentist said he prays before performing any surgery on his patients. And I lifted my hands up and I told him, thank you. They numbed me up pretty good, but I'm telling you, when he began to pulling that tooth out, and I felt it, but I'm telling you that pain wasn't as bad as it was before I got that numbing medication. He said, you doing all right? I was like, yes, just get it out. So kudos to Creekside Dental, okay, for everything that you did and just the feeling of being here and I'm still alive and still breathing, still blessed with another day. This all feels good to me. So get your checks up on your teeth and don't ignore it because a toothache can take you out. Here's why, because it'll raise your blood pressure and you can have a stroke behind it. So they let me know that. So that's why I'm here tonight. I'm just happy, man. I'm just really happy, excited, ecstatic on everything tonight. So I'm really, 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 really happy tonight. So tonight's episode is about gratitude in the midst of everything, the good, the challenging, the painful, the beautiful time that I've had all the way leading up to it. Got a chance to go to Kim concert on Friday night. That was another good thing, and my sweetheart took me there. And so we had a really good time there. So because I lived to see 63 years old, you learn that life isn't about wanting the perfect circumstances to be thankful, man. No, it's not about that. It's about finding reasons to be grateful right where you are. And speaking of grateful, we've got an incredible guest that's going to join me here tonight. I'm going to bring her on in a few minutes later. Ms. Shirley Caldwell Ross, a mortgage consultant based out of Dallas, Texas. I'll put her information up there. And she's got some wisdom to share on home ownership, financial planning, and building a generation of wealth. As many of you know, I've been on my own journey exploring home ownership, and I'm thankful for her talking to her first to let me know which pathway to go and introducing me to some people I can network with and the opportunities that were there as a veteran. So this conversation is going to be rich and practical for you tonight. So stand by for that. But before we get into the conversation, let me share the real wealth of my life, and that's my family. I love my family. I want to take this moment to publicly thank the people who give me the greatest reason to keep living, to keep fighting, and to keep pushing forward. To my children, those my grandbabies up, but I want to mention my children's name because that's my son's Javon, his kid, and my children, Javon. I talked to him now, he couldn't be on. Lee, Tatiana, Christopher, Asia, Shyla, Cash. You are my heartbeat. Each one of you has taught me. Oh, we forgot to show when I'm talking about my birthday. Can we go back and show some pictures of me when I was back in the day when I was young and not a kid anymore? Yeah, okay. I want it. So these are all my birthdays. Don't talk about my pajamas on that one. I'm sitting on that bike. My mama made me those pajamas, all right? Those were the good days, the good times. And I don't even remember taking that picture with my sister, but that was the only picture we took together. And she was the only one that was always at my birthday party. So I wanted to show that picture up there standing next to the TV, on top of the TV with the knob handle on both the TVs that go chicken, and you had to turn the channel. Remember those days? That was on the Easter Sunday morning. So those were back in the days. And see, these are little things that I just keep looking back at and saying, I'm so thankful for seeing them, being around them, and all of that good stuff. So yeah, those are the good days. Thank you for showing that. But now, like I told you, I mentioned my children. They are my heartbeats, and I'm so proud of my adults. They're all adults, and you become the lives you're building. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. I went down the line of what they do. I don't want to, but they're doing it. I'm telling you, each one of my children, and I thank God that they are, because I could be saying, one is incarcerated, or one's not alive, or one is not doing well in their health. But I'm thankful to God that they are doing and they're living lives, and I'm proud of them, and I pray for them, and I reach out to them. Fathers, I'm telling you, man, you impact your children. You best to learn it, and don't sit around saying, well, they don't call me. They don't reach out to me. Only time I hear from them is I want to. That's okay. I reach out to my children. I just send out text messages to all of them. I love you all. Thank you all. Be safe. Be prosperous in everything that you do. And I love you, Dad. And I'll get the heart back. That's what they want. This is how they communicate with us. We have to reach out to our children. So that's going to be another episode that I'm going to talk about with fathers, loving on your children. Now, to my grandchildren, from the oldest to the youngest, Ariana. She's in the Army now. I think she's still in Germany. Let's see. We have a picture. Oh yeah, that's my baby right there. I'm so proud of her serving in the U.S. Army. She's 23 years old. and she is making a great career out of her life. She's into the media for the military, so she's out there filming our soldiers, protecting us here in the United States. So this is her thing. She's doing her thing. So now my grandbabies, Jamaria, she's the oldest. Jamaria is 16. All right. And then there is Jayla, that's 15. All right. Brandon, who's 13, going to be turning 14 this week. And happy early birthday to you, grandson. Love you. Jamie, 12 years old. And then there's Callie, who's 6 years old. Um, and then Ava's the baby. That's Tatiana's daughter. She's only 2 years old, so she's the youngest. She's just 2 years old. You are my legacy. You all are my legacy. You are the reason I want to live, to be here, to see 93. All right, not just to be 63. I want to be here. Every time I see your faces, I see the future. I see hope. I see purpose. And y'all are doing your thing, and y'all make grandpa so happy. To my beautiful daughter-in-law, Tanika, the mama of all my grandchildren, to my son-in-law, Brandon, Eva's dad, thank you all for loving the children well. Thank you for expanding this family with grace and commitment. You are additions to the family. You are family. That's why I call you son-in-laws and daughter-in-law, not in-laws. You are the ones I love. To my producer, this young lady who stepped in when I needed her the most, Destiny White. She's in the back. She's doing all of this for me. I appreciate you so much, sister. Listen, I appreciate you more than you know. You're taking up time out of your busy schedule. She just graduated from UNT. Give it up for her. Last Sunday, she graduated from UNT with a bachelor's degree in computer engineering, right? Computer engineering, is that right? Thank you so much for putting computer engineering. So I got a computer engineer in the background. She stepped in right away and started doing this stuff. Do you have a picture of your little thing? One of your pictures from we may not have room on there to show it from your graduation. I'm so proud of you too. Thank you for doing this. I went and supported her. Oh man, I was excited. And you know what came over me when I was at her graduation? And I'm thankful to God that I graduated from Liberty University. But I was just glad to be there. But something came over to me. This, I'm telling you, when your mind is just there. It was a pivotal time. My mother wasn't doing well. And so I never got a chance to walk. The stage. I didn't go for my bachelor's degree because my mom wasn't doing well. And it was on Mother's Day weekend. And instead of me going to graduation, I went down in San Antonio, and she was there. She was surprised to see me. And all I remember, I was just doing her laundry. She had loads and loads and loads of laundry, because she had dementia. And so I just cleaned her house and did what a son is supposed to do. So even though I missed my graduation, it went the way God wanted me to do that. And I took care of my mama because she took care of me when I couldn't take care of myself. So I didn't get a chance. So being at that graduation, it just really felt good just to see somebody I know that's graduating from stage. So this is what 63 looks like for me. So gratitude for every year, every challenge, every blessing, and every person God has placed in my life. That's what this looks like to me. All right. So thank you for listening to my side of the story. I said I was going to be 15 minutes, but I did. There she go. Destiny. That's Destiny's graduation. Thank you so much for sharing that. I love that picture of you. That was a wonderful time. We had a great time. That was good. All right. Now we are going to get into a conversation I know that's going to bless somebody listening tonight. All right. My guest is Shirley Caldwell Ross. All right. She is a mortgage consultant, and I'm going to let her come on and talk her talk and do her thing. And y'all, please put your hands together. Give her a round of applause too for joining me. Shirley, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to join me. And so thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for having me and happy early birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm telling you, like I said, you heard me. I was talking. I'm just grateful and thankful to God for allowing me to see 63. I know I'm gonna see it. I'm just saying, I'm just thankful. So when I open up my eyes, I'm not gonna grab my phone. I'm not gonna turn on the TV. I'm gonna spend about 5, 10 minutes just giving God thanks for
Amen.
allowing me to see it. That's what this is all about. But
Amen.
Shirley, thank you for joining with me tonight. You're a mortgage consultant here in the Dallas, Texas area. And welcome to the Embrace the Community podcast and tell everybody about you.
Well, like you said, I'm a mortgage consultant. I am based in the DFW area, but I can do loans in every state but New York and Hawaii. And I said, if I can't help you, I know someone that can.
Oh, that's good to know because I met you off of one of the members of my church, William Hill's page, and I really was in the beginning stages of the thing what I wanted to do, and the first thing I did was, you know, I started from the beginning was disqualifying myself,
Hmm.
because of stuff like that. So talk to the people about that.
Unfortunately, a lot of people disqualify themselves because they don't understand the process. We do this all day, every day. So I just tell people before you make a decision, have a conversation, get some facts so that you can actually make an informed decision. Most people that are paying rent can probably pay a mortgage because they're in essence paying someone else's mortgage anyway. So just have a conversation. It's absolutely free, and you don't know what you don't know, and so let's get the conversation started. And if you're not ready, if you don't meet the requirements now, I help you create a path to home ownership based upon where you are.
Okay, good, good. Veterans too, right?
Absolutely. Love the veterans. Yes.
Okay, good, good. You shared a story with me. Just if you can, tell me a little bit about the lady that is she just closing or something like that? You shared a little bit about that.
She closed recently. And so basically, what I like to tell everybody is you don't think that you can get a home because you don't have 20% down or if you don't have $20,000 saved. That's
Right.
crazy. So this young lady purchased a home. She was able to get down payment assistance because she qualified. She was also able to get seller concessions, and she was able to get money back at closing. So she, in essence, got back all but $322 that she put into this process with her earnest money and paying for the appraisal up front. So in essence, she got into a home for $322.
$322. In
Yeah.
this economy, this day and time. Wow. Wow. That's good to know.
That,
That
but people still know you got to have some assets. You got to have some skin in the game. You got to have some money.
yes.
But that don't mean that we have to use it all. And in this was a prime example of that very situation. So her agent was able to negotiate seller concessions. We were able to get her the assistance, and so yeah, $322 was her net to get into this house. You can't get into an apartment for three hundred
No.
twenty-two dollars.
No, you can't. You really can't. You
So
cannot.
I,
And I mean, I've heard people try, you know, try that. Oh, Jesus is my help. I need. Don't do it because that's the part that our folks are tricked. Well, I'm not going to say tricked. Our folks in church will just go by what they hear on the Sunday, name and claim it is yours. But let's talk about someone that might have some credit challenges in the past because I've had some as well. Maybe they're rebuilding. Is home ownership still within reach if they're willing to take a look at?
absolutely. Anyone that's willing to do the work to fix their credit absolutely can get a home. Again, home ownership is in my opinion the way you build, or one of the ways you build, generational wealth. And we all need shelter. So you're going to be paying for shelter whether you're renting or buying. So
Right.
you might as well buy and build your equity. But if you are challenged, whether it's with assets or credit or whatever it is, we have a way. We've been doing this long enough to know we have things that you can implement to help you get to where you need to be. So if it's credit, we got people that can help you with credit. If it's down payment assistance, we can help you with that. One of the biggest things is individuals need to understand is money management. So my
Money management.
my branding now is godmother of sense and sensibilities, and sense is the CENTS, because We think about spending $300 at one time, but we don't really think about spending $10 30 different times. And we do it
Huh,
often. We
huh.
do it often because
Right.
it's a small amount. It's the small things that add up. So just being aware, having a budget or a spending plan. Budget has a negative connotation, but if you don't tell your money where to go, something or someone else will.
Wow. Okay, good. And see, that's the part a lot of people and I think it's a more of an embarrassing type of thing when we start talking about credit. I know, because I remember facing that challenge. Oh my God, when I first started looking, my I was embarrassed, but this wasn't where you're judged. You're judged on not the credit score, but let's work on getting you better. I think, and everybody's had credit challenges, I believe. Everyone has
A
in one
lot of
part of their life.
people have. I mean, I did what a lot of college students do. You go off to college, you get five or six credit cards, and you don't know because we don't have this education. We're not taught this in school. We're not taught this sitting over the dining room table with our family because most times our family didn't know. Yes, we had some families that do, but for the most part, we weren't educated on how to use credit. And a lot of times, credit has a negative connotation. But the
Right.
reality is, credit is really an easy game to learn how to play. If you're using credit, I'm sorry, if you're using debit or cash, those things aren't traceable. So you have no way of showing what your credit worthiness is. But once you use a credit card, those payments are tracked, and that's what you get graded on how you make your payments and how much utilization of that credit you're using. So basically, I tell anybody get a credit card, don't spend more than 30% of the balance, pay it on and before the due date, preferably before, and just
Okay.
use it on a regular basis.
On a regular basis, right. That's
Right.
one thing that I can do, and that's good to know. So I got a lot of people that's watching, and asking questions. So I
And
know a lot of people listening might have or thinking about generational wealth, leaving something behind for their children and grandchildren. So how does home ownership play in that?
well, you're building equity. I mean, I've had a client that just bought a home and they walked in with equity because the appraised value was more than the sales price. So year over year, if you're paying that mortgage, you're building equity. And whether you pay the house off or not, at some point, the house is going to be more worth more than what you owe on it. So whether you
Mm,
build it or take money out of it as a cash out refi, it's a source of funds that you can then take those funds, whether you invest in a business or saving or whatever you do for your children, but at least you have that. You won't have that option if you're renting.
right. That's true. That's true. And I heard Brian mention you can't leave your grandchildren your apartment.
Correct.
You can leave. And here was something that I thought about, and I wanted to ask you for my personal self. With being at this age stage and purchasing a home myself, is there a life insurance policy that I can take out that makes sure that if God forbid something happens to me, my home will be paid off? I don't know what it's called. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes, so there's mortgage protection that you can buy that would pay it off, but then you can also get enough life insurance that then whoever got that money, being your beneficiary, if they wanted to use that money to pay off that mortgage, they could.
Oh, okay, great. See, that's good to know. So, if someone's listening tonight, and I know this is going to replay, it's definitely going to be on a reader. How do they reach out to you and start the conversation about their home ownership journey? How can they contact you?
My webpage is Godmother of Sense, and that's CENTS. And I have a intake page that's complete the questionnaire and let me know what you're interested in. There's going to be a drop down of subjects that I have that if you so I kind of know what it is that you're looking for, whether you're to buy a house or buy land or whatever you want, then
Okay,
just know and we will reach back out to you.
good, good. We're going to leave that up. Godmotherofsense.com, right?
Yes.
And then, and when we go there, that's your whole page and
Yeah.
everything they need to know how to reach out to you and get this good information. So I'm hoping someone watching tonight will reach out to you. And if they do, you're all watching the show tonight, and just let them know you saw Miss Shirley on the Embrace It Community podcast. I'm not getting a bonus or a commission, but I'm just trying to help my sister out. We got to help each other out
Do.
as we do this journey. But no, this is good because she's helped me, and I wanted to have a show talking about this right here because a lot of us don't know. There's some things I didn't know. Like when I was looking at the credit scores, you see your credit score show TransUnion, Equifax, Experian is showing you one. For example, if you are 680 or 620 or 620 or 680, that's mean it's not the same for to qualify for a mortgage, correct?
Correct. So what you will see, what the consumer normally sees on their end are the Vantage scores. Those are the scores that are used for auto loans, consumer credit, those types of things. When a lender is pulling your credit, we're pulling that mortgage FICO score, and typically that's going to be several points lower than what you currently see on your Vantage score. So
How many points lower?
it could be anywhere from 10 to 40. I've
Oh
seen it.
wow. So what do you do? How do you what, if you like if it's saying 620 or 640, what do you need to do? What to get it?
Some bank apps will show you your mortgage FICO score. So when you get on your bank app, you do have to search for it. However, you can go to myfico.com,
Okay.
sign up for an account. It does have a fee, but when you see the scores initially, those are going to be the Vantage scores. So you have to click on the score version by type and click on mortgage, and then it's going to bring up the mortgage scores for you.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's good to know. This is, like I said, this is good information. And I just want to bring you on and thank you so much for joining tonight,
You're
and telling and helping people. And we might need to do this again. If the feedback on it, somebody might want to see a part two of this. And we'll talk more on this. But this is really good information. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, sharing the wisdom with the Embrace It Community podcast community. I appreciate this.
Thank
I
you.
really do.
Yeah.
Thank you. What a powerful conversation that we had here. Don't go nowhere, Miss Shirley. I'm gonna put you back in the back. Don't go nowhere, but I'll bring you back on here in a minute here. All right, hold on. And then I'm gonna close out the show because I don't like to keep my folks too long, like they say in church. I don't like to keep you too much long. All
All right.
right, so stand by. Don't go nowhere. Yeah, I just like I said, I wanted to give you this information on home ownership and really hope that this really blesses somebody. It's a powerful conversation to have. It's not a conversation that you should be afraid about having. I hope you heard something tonight that sparked something in you, whether it's about gratitude, whether it's about the legacy, whether it is about anything that you want to do in life, and like I say like this, let me be your living witness that if I can do it, so can you. Everything can be done if you believe in yourself. I got a good friend of mine who's watching tonight, Kevlin Bowles up in the Bronx, New York, man. And I'm watching this man build an empire up there with a nonprofit organization that is helping people learn skills in life. And I need to write this name down, man, so I won't get in trouble by him, man. So you got the name wrong. Kevlin, throw it in the chat what the name of the organization is, man. Throw it in there. I know you're watching. So throw it in there because I want to talk about you too and keep promoting you up in the New York City area, man. You're doing a great thing for people that have had those challenges in life and everything like that. So he's got a great organization up in the New York City area. So if you're looking to learn some skills as far as carpentry, any type of construction, they're there to teach you. He's got a good infomercial that I'm going to try to get on my next show and just show it through my show. And good information. This is what this is all about. This is what my show is all about. It's about helping people. It's about getting people to the next level. It's about showing you that you're looking at somebody who said that I was told that I couldn't have or never would be amount to anything. And I sit back here today and I can tell you out of the 5 things I was told that I wasn't going to be as a kid, I can tell you 10 things that I am today that supersede the things I told I wasn't going to be. So that's how I look at life. So as I prepare to turn 63, I'm reminded that every day is a gift. Every day is a gift. Don't wait to perfect the circumstances. Don't wait until everything makes sense. Move forward in faith, okay, with gratitude and with the people who love you that's standing by your side. That's how I want you to walk. I want you to walk like that. Don't walk in any other way. Hold your head up, hold your head up high. Don't let nobody know what you got in your pocket. I tell my family and my loved ones move in silence, okay? And it ain't all about the Benjamins. It's about who you are, okay? Don't worry about what was not left for you, or what your mama didn't do or your daddy didn't do for you, or nobody taught you. Teach yourself. Teach yourself. And that's how I go through life, because there was a lot of things, a lot of information that wasn't taught to me, only because it was never taught to my parents. And there may have been some. There may have been some stuff that was taught to them and they just didn't feel like they can share it with me. That's something that I've lived through as well. So these are things that you want to have to get to a point in your life and say, yes, I can. Yes, I will. I'm not perfect. And look at the person that's talking to you and say, neither are you. So to my family, thank you for being my reason to my destiny. Once again, thank you for your excellence in doing this here. And to everyone that's listening, thank you for being a part of this community we're building together. So until next Sunday, I come on every Sunday, 6 p.m. Yes, 63 years of grace, 63 years of gratitude and legacy. So this is what I'm all about. Next Sunday, we're going to be on again live. I got another conversation for the brothers, for the men, trying to get some men together to come on the show. We're going to talk about it. All right. And I was telling the gentleman today, about conversations we were just having, what we talk about in the locker room stays in the locker room, but it's just some things that we have to share with each other as men. And so we're going to be willing to share it on the Embrace It Community podcast, not what we talk about in the locker room, but some other things that we talk about. But this is what I want you to remember. Keep the faith, okay? Keep the faith, stay grateful, and remember, you are loved, you are valued, and you are exactly where you need to be today. My name is Bracy Goodwin, and this has been the Embrace It Community podcast show. Remember, always, peace and blessings to you and your family. And remember, I love you, and that's only because I love myself. So hang in there, no matter what you're going through. Hang in there. Just don't give up. Don't give up. Don't trip. This is only a test you're going through. This is only a test. So every time I look back on these pictures, I don't know if I told you before I leave here, one of the if I had to reflect back on one of the best times in my life I had, as far as work, as far as jobs, I had a lot of jobs. One of the best jobs I had was when I was a bus driver. And I loved Jackie Gleason, right? I love watching Jackie Gleason, and I loved that whole look. So I went and got my whole uniform made up. And when I told you the respect that I got as a bus driver, man, my boss was telling me, man, you look so professional. And I had to learn how to, just keep smiling, just staying professional. And I had people tell me, man, you drive this bus so smooth. I almost passed myself. I fell asleep, because I felt that job was like I'm driving my family, and making sure that everybody got home safe. So that was one of my jobs that I loved, the best love. I love what I'm doing now and safety and all that stuff. But this guy right here in Columbus, Ohio, shout out to my boy Curtis Jones, who's still driving bus, and to all Ohio Transit Authority bus drivers that are out there. There you go, right there. We had some good times. Shout out to the Central Ohio Transit Authority in Columbus, Ohio. That was some fun times. I tired at times driving, yes, because I was going to school at the same time, but that was good times, all right? But like I told you, all right, stay blessed, stay blessed. Remember, you are loved, you are valued, and I love you, and you're exactly where you need to be, and all of that good stuff that's going on. Happy birthday, that's right. Thank you, Destiny, for putting that up. This is my niece, JL, my brother's daughter, Brianna. Happy birthday, JL. She turned 18 today. Look at her. Look at this lady. She is a lady. She lives here in Texas, too, and I get a chance to see her as well. Happy birthday, JL, to you. All the best. Love you. I'm so proud of you. Uncle Gracie is so proud of you. I let her drive my truck one time, and she did a good job. So now she got her own ride driving to school. She's doing her thing. Love it. She's now talking about another musician right here. This one right here. She got a perfect pitch ear, and she will tell you if you singing or something is wrong. She will be like, look at you, like, would you stop? And it reminds me of my brother, because my brother was the same way. Her dad, he's the same way. Perfect pitch. That brother had a perfect pitch. So shout out to you, JL. Happy birthday to you and the family. All right, I'm gone, but thank you so much. I'm so emotional. I'm so happy right now, man. But thank y'all for watching. All right, until I join you again, can't do this without you. So remember, follow the page. You can follow me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, my Embrace It Community Podcast page, my page. You can follow me on there too. Follow me on all those. And I'd love to see you. Love you, have you. Let me know how I'm doing. All right. Just me a shout out. Let me know how this is going for you. Is this blessing you or is this messing with you? Let me know. I want to hear back from you. Thank y'all for joining in. Appreciate it.
It's time to embrace it. Thank you for listening to Embrace It, the community podcast. We'd love to hear from you. Follow the community podcast page on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. Please like and share the podcast with your community circle.